another episode of Life Changers, and this is Mike. And today I want to talk about don't let time pass you by. Because time is precious. Because we believe it to be real. In our reality, it is. It's almost like a song. I was going to break out singing, but then I realized I don't sing. That I'm not a rock star. No, I'm Mike with the podcast of Life Changers. But don't let time pass you by. Don't miss out on opportunities. Fun fact, I could probably be a multi-millionaire right now. I guarantee it. If I can go back in time and stop myself from making stupid decisions and not letting time pass me by, not learning from my mistakes on bad business relationships and so on and so forth, I'd probably be multi-millionaire right now. But I guess I like to learn the hard way. Because in my reality, I guess I like to learn the hard way. And I know the only person I can blame is me. I can't blame the people I attracted in my life. I can't blame people that stole money from me or so on and so forth. I can't blame suppliers or nothing. I can only blame myself because I must have attracted all those into my reality. But for an example, if I started, let's say, Life Changers 8 years ago, 10 years ago, when I started thinking about it, maybe 6 years ago, it'd be a lot further along. I would already have built the community, and we would already be changing the world and people's lives. So I'm sorry that I didn't start recording sooner, because we'd be a lot more advanced and probably controlling our destiny and our realities a lot better. So you could blame me that if you're not that good at I'm playing with my phone. I shouldn't do that. I forgot we're recording. I'm just sitting here with my eyes closed recording. I digress. But yeah, so like in some of my other episodes, when I was starting my first company and I had all these checks in my hand with no company name. And then I was like, well, who's going to trust this 19-year-old boy to run a corporation? So a lot of the people that gave me these checks for the deposits thought I just worked there. I didn't tell them I owned the company because I didn't even have a company. But then I brought in somebody that I knew who knew how to register a company. And I felt right away, no, get this person to help you, but don't, I guess, let them fill out all the paperwork and don't trust them 110% because I was just trusting everybody. But yeah, I digress. So in that episode, I realized that if I didn't do what I did, I would have got 10 more years more advanced because then I had to start over after 10 years. I started a new company and sold my shares of that company and moved on to another. And there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things that I see now. You always see it after the fact. Time is funny. But you always see things after the fact, only if you could predict it. But I knew in my heart, I felt like somebody was guiding me, or the universe was guiding me, or my higher self was guiding me and telling me to go this way instead. And I was like, no, I know better, right? I'm smart. I'm smart. I know better. Sorry. My daughter has this stuffed animal, and she walks up to me, and she's like, I'm smart. And it looks so funny. But anyways, that's all I'm visualizing right now. But no, we can choose to let time pass us by, or we can choose to jump on time. You know how many times I'm listening to all these influential businessmen, like, wow, his name's Cuban. Do you know what I'm talking about? Shark's Tank? Mark Cuban. Guess he's not. But like I hear things from Mark Cuban, or I hear things from all these other really smart, wealthy business people. And then they're being interviewed, and somebody asks them a question about like fashion or about like pop culture or something. And they're like, what? You know, like they don't have time to keep up with all that stuff when they're just focused on their reality, which is growing their companies and not worrying about what the latest movie is or what stuff like that's coming out. They choose to use their time wisely. And yeah, I know we could all look back and think of all the time we waste sometimes by distracting ourselves because we don't want to do something. You don't want to do that chore, that project for work, or that project for school if you're still in school, stuff like that. And we just let time pass us by. But, we talk about a lot of times in our podcast that you have to live in the now. Don't worry about what happened yesterday, what happened a minute ago. Worry about now. So if you're focused on the now, and you put all your energy and reality into the now, you can control time. Isn't that crazy? Just today alone, I was doing all sorts of things for work, not paying attention to time, and I felt like hours went by. And then I looked at the clock, and it's only been 1 hour. And I felt like I did like 3-4 hours of work in that 1 hour. So did I hack time? It all comes back to our perception, our perspective. Do you notice that time seems to slow down whenever you don't want something? Or, time slows down when you really want something to happen. Or you're expecting something big, like today I'm going to Disney World, or today I'm going to get the promotion at work, or today I'm meeting this girl I've been talking to for the first time online, or this person that you've been talking to, and you're going to meet him in person. And you're so excited, and then it seems like time stops, and it gets really slow. It's like the clock is broken. Well, you probably just slow down time. Let's hack it. It's going to be my new thing. Let's hack it. Just hack it. Just hack it. No, okay. But time in this reality is precious to us. We choose to either, as time goes by, we get older and wiser, or we choose as time goes by that we reverse our age and get younger and still wiser. But we take time as it's really precious in our current reality. So we believe in time. Time is real. But time is what we make it. If we want time to be slower, it feels like it's slower, and it seems like time doesn't move. But whenever there's something we're really not excited to do, like your presentation at work, or your driver's test, or your physical exam to keep your trucking license, or so on and so forth, time seems to speed up. And before you know it, it's there. So let's hack it, as we said before. Just live now and not worry about time. Then time and opportunities will be more plentiful. If you think about it this way, everything comes down to your reality, and everything boils down to what you want to happen in your life. So if you want time just to zip by, and before you know it, you moved on to the next reality, so be it. But if you want to hack this reality, well, live now. Live in the moment. Don't let no moments pass you by. Whenever something comes your way and you feel like, hey, I should do that, just do it. And who knows, miracles will happen. Your reality that you're trying to manifest will occur. If I wasn't so, I'm so worried no one's going to want to listen to me talking 6-7 years ago, and I started just doing this, well, I would have been a lot farther in my progression. A lot farther with life changers. So it's up to you what you want to do with your time. Are you going to let it zoom by you? Or are you going to grab time and control it for what you want in your reality? Yes, I'm talking about hacking time. At least your perspective of time. Because living now, living in the moment, will be the most effective way of living it. I know it. I feel it. I've seen it. And I'm still trying to hack it. So if you know somebody who really lives in the now and not worries about anything else, well, tell them to listen to Life Changers and tell them to send me an email. And I'd like to learn how they hacked it. Or if you heard a podcast or heard a book you read somewhere of how to hack time, let me know. But we really got to focus on living in the now. Now is now. Who cares about what happened yesterday? That's the past. And in our current reality, we don't believe we can change the past. But we could affect the future and change the course of our future. So the question is, just like we talked about in the previous episode, do you want to run this autopilot where your future stays the same and does not progress into anything? Or do you want to change your new reality and change your future by creating now and changing now, living now? Why worry about things in the past? Why worry about if you bump into somebody 20 years after you've been in school with them and they might not recognize you right away? Why let that bug you? Who cares? That was 20 years ago. They need to see the new you. People change, not only physically, but people change in the cosmos of things, in the sense of your energy. So you look totally different to somebody if your energy is different. You might look the exact same, but your energy is different. And that people will feel that and be like, something's different about you. Did you cut your hair? Or as somebody in my reality would say, did you finally get a nose job? I got a big nose. I broke it when I was younger. Now it's just, yeah. And I'll be like, no. See, now I'm bringing that into my reality. Now my nose is going to be big again. Oh, man. But no. You have to choose and how you want to spend your time. Because if you're not going to use time, as they say, wisely, then time is meaningless. Time is just a prison, if you think about it. If you live for time in the sense of, I have to do this, and this at this time, and this time, and this time, and you just keep on running your autopilot, your regiment, or your pre-programming according to the time of this reality, then nothing will change. Live in the moment. And I'm not talking about when you're on vacation, just enjoy it and live it. No, every day, enjoy and love what you do. And if you do not love and enjoy what you do, then look at the way you perceive your current reality and choose either to be positive, see the good in the world, and so on and so forth. Because you could change everything, your perspective of this universe, your perspective of time. You can think as time goes by, like you're missing out on things. Or you could see as time goes by how much wiser you're getting, how much accomplishments you have. And it's really hard. Let's make a test. But try 100% of the time to live in the now. And if ever you find yourself living in the past, because, our bodies, believe it or not, as Dr. Joe Dispenza mentions a lot of times in his episodes, that our bodies live in the past. It just keeps on reliving what we want in our past over and over. It goes, hey, you seem to like this, so we're going to make sure you feel that way all the time. You like feeling down, we'll make sure you feel down. You like this or that, this is what your body's going to give you. Just relives the routines, your past, over and over and over. It's going to be hard for you to move it into the present, move it into the now. But when you do that, oh, how amazing your life will be. How easy it'll be for you to create in the now. If you can understand that when you're right now, creating now for now, you're not going to worry about the future because it'll just happen because you're doing the now. There's many times, like I say, like there's things I can never prepare for, but the universe and my higher self has already prepared me for that. Think about it however way you want. How I see my world, my universe, is kind of almost like the Marvel movies. Right? Quantum physics 101. There's all these versions of you in reality right now. Just which one are you going to step into? Are you going to step into the one that just keeps on repeating? Or are you going to step into the reality where it keeps on progressing and find the reality that you want? So that's how I understand. When I'm manifesting something, I'm not trying to force something to happen in my reality now. I put it out in the universe, and the way I visualize it for me, it might work for you too, is I feel like there's a reality out there that already has what I want, and I just step into it. Just step in to the reality that you want. If you're manifesting something, just visualize you stepping into it. Like we all say, I don't know, maybe we all don't, but as they say, the concept of time was created by us. Us humans created time. The time isn't real. In all these movies, The Matrix, or the movies of Avengers and Marvel, so on and so forth, there is no time that we choose to make time exist. Everything's happening now, if you think about it. There's another, and the way I understand it is, if somebody says, well, right now there's a version of you being born in another timeline. Or right now there's another version of you just finishing school. There's another version of you, a billionaire. Another version of you, poor. Another version of, right? And if you look at all those versions and you see it as you are the one in control of all these different destinies, and you could step into the reality you want. And that's how you hack time. I might sound crazy to you. And if I do, who cares? Because once upon a time, I used to think all of this law of attraction stuff and creating my universe and my reality and using the term higher self and the universe is guiding me. I used to think all these people were nuts until I tried it for myself, until I was ready in this reality to accept it, until I was ready to move my reality. And now I just see possibilities beyond imagination. I don't know if a lot of you guys watch this TV show called Rick and Morty on, at least in Canada and the US, probably it's on Adult Swim. It's a Cartoon Network. And yeah, it's I guess it's vulgar and stuff like that. But in watching this, what I get out of it is that there's every possibility and there's every version of you in this whole entire matrix or reality of life or all these different timelines, however you want to look at it. And then I figured, well, if there's all these different realities and versions of me, there's successful me, there's not successful, and so on and so forth, then I can create whatever I want by taking the strings and linking them together and putting those realities into my reality. That's what works for me when I'm visualizing and creating my reality, is that this is what I want. Now I'm going to find the reality that has and step into it. So when I close my eyes and think about what I want to happen, I visualize that I'm stepping into that reality. And then it's creating. It's already there. It's already happening. I'm not creating nothing. I'm just stepping into it. Think about it that way. And you'll find yourself creating a lot better, a lot more. And if you don't believe me, try it. If you're a visual person, close your eyes, think about what you want, and step into it. And then when you open your eyes, as if it's already existed. And then you will be creating. I know we might have got off topic a little bit, but time is irrelevant. It really is. Who gives a crap about time? Tell yourself time is useless. Live now. Create now. Be all you can be now. Don't be tomorrow, one day, tomorrow, next time. There's always a next time, always a tomorrow, which is an infinity amount of time. And before you know it, 6-7 years go by and you did not do a thing. If you want to change your life now. Change your reality now. Go after your dreams now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Because there'll never be a now if you keep on living in tomorrow or living in the past. Just remember how amazing you are and how important you are. And you got this. You can create anything you want. You can create your total reality of whatever you want. You are amazing. You are important. You are loved. Thank you very much for listening to my long-winded episodes. But just know how amazing you are. And that, yeah, we are all a work in progress. We need to all take it one day at a time. And that's how you change and hack time. Thank you very much for listening. This is Mike with Life Changers.